Have you ever been watching anime and it just catches you off guard emotionally? That's what happened to me when I watched the brand new anime that just came to Crunchyroll called Breaker. Watching through the first episode, and it's about a young man who is fighting some things on the inside. And to be perfectly honest with you, it hit a moment while I'm sitting there on my lunch break, eating a bowl of ramen. I began to cry. What happened? Why did it affect me? Let's talk about that today on Geek Devotions. Hello, devoted geeks, and welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting you know you're loved. I'm Dallas. I'm so glad you've hit the play button today. If you are new to our show, we take geek, pop culture items like movies, video games, comics, and we use them to let you know that you are loved. So if you don't watch past this moment, know this: we love you, we care about you. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Do not give up. As I said in my intro today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about a brand new anime that's just come to Crunchyroll called Breaker. And guys, it honestly took me by surprise. This is going to be filled with spoilers, so if you have not watched at least episode 1, you guys are going to need to go and watch that episode, because I can't do this episode without talking about some specifics. The show opens up with this really fascinatingly drawn, illustrated moment of a young man walking a tightrope, but everything is in black and white. Like it's a black screen, and everything is sketched out in white, and he's being bombarded with all of these things. People talking bad about him, talking about his looks, talking about the way he sees things and what he does. And it's all like this metaphoric thing about this tightrope of life that he's walking. And then it moves forward later. He's a young man and he's new to a town. He's moved to this area to become something, well, in his mind, special. See, this young man named Sakura, he's going to a school called Furin, and it is the school with all the delinquents, the worst of the worst, and he wants to become the best of the worst. But as he interacts with the people, something interesting happens. See, he steps in to save a young woman, and he's not really sure why he's helping her, why he's going out of his way to take care of her, but he just knows that she needs help, and so he's doing that. In response, she's being thankful. She's thanking him for helping her rather. And this is where my emotions begin to hit, because his response to her kindness was surprising. He didn't know how to deal with it. He didn't know how to deal with people being nice. At one point, he even talks about how people just look at his strange looks, things he can't help, and just write him off. They just judge him and just go, I'm done with you. Nobody's ever taken the time to care about him. He's always been in a place of being an outcast, and because of that, he just assumes nobody cares. And that hit me, because there's a lot of people like that who are out in the world right now, and they've gone through so many things that they just expect bad things to happen. Nobody's ever shown them kindness and care, and they are just now expecting the worst to happen to them. And so some of them, they just embrace that identity of being the worst of the worst. And then when somebody actually cares about them, shows them genuine love, they don't know what to do with it. This is something that I've seen time after time throughout my life. Different people, different situations where people just didn't know what to do. I've talked to young ladies who have been so conditioned that nobody really cares about them. Nobody shows them any love unless they're after something alternatively. They're trying to take advantage of them. So as a result, either they don't trust men, or they are just freely giving of themselves because they're just looking for some form of affection. At the same time, I've met people who are so hardened, so mean, so angry because they've been told all their lives, nobody cares about you, so they just own it. So they're mean and they're angry all the time. They're hurting on the inside because nobody's ever taken the time to be kind. And the reality is, there's a lot of people out there who are struggling. They just need compassion. They don't need you to come in and just wipe the floor with them and tell them all the things about them that's wrong and bad and evil. They just need compassion. There's a verse in the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 12 says this: "Put on then as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience." In this verse, what's being taught here is that as a believer, myself and so many others, we have to walk in compassion for people. We have to show them love. We have to show them grace. There's a lot of people out there that are hurting, and they're hurting for one reason or another, and it's because nobody showed them compassion. If you didn't notice, there's a little cut in right here just now. I am roughly 2-3 hours removed from when I was originally started filming this video. And the reasoning is because I wanted to cut in with this conversation point of how do we show compassion to people? And it's not hard. And the reasoning I'm cutting in now is 'cause I just had to do this. See, you may have heard a couple little chirps in the background of the audio while I was originally talking. And that was a particular friend who was struggling. They were going through something and they needed compassion. So I stopped what I was doing today and I went and I had coffee with them, walked around Barnes & Noble, went to a game shop and walked around and looked at different stuff, talked. It wasn't complicated. Just did life. I interrupted my day to show compassion. A lot of these people who are struggling just need somebody who's willing to interrupt their day to show them compassion. That's, a challenge for you is, are you willing to interrupt your day to show compassion to people who need it in a moment? There's some people who clicked on this video and you're not a Christian. And you're like Sakura. And you're hurting. You've been through things, and people have done some terrible, terrible things to you. They've spoken so inappropriately to you. Some of them, shamefully, have used God's name to do it, and that is taking his name in vain. I'm sorry. That's not right. It's not appropriate. It's wrong, but it is not a reflection of the gospel. Yes, in Christianity, there are certain things that take place. Yes, God has set boundaries. There are rules and there are laws, things that we follow, not because God is this constructive, mean, angry God, but because he sets boundaries to protect his people, to help them have a healthy life, to have a good life. But that does not mean that we demean and attack people and go after them and speak down to them. That's not a thing that we are meant to do. We're meant to go and show love, to show grace. Genuinely cried at this kid on the screen because he reflects so many people that I've met over the years who just needed somebody to show them a little bit of compassion. If you're watching this, you're loved. You're cared for. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Please don't give up. I'm being genuine. I'm being real here. For those of you watching this that maybe you feel a story in your life, maybe you're like, man, I've not done right. Evaluate. Maybe you need to change the way you talk to people. Maybe you need to change the way you approach the people in your life. Maybe it's time for you to get out of your shell a little bit and show compassion to some people that are around you. Just someone to be nice to them for a moment. And you see a transformation take place in their lives. This is our challenge. This is really at the core of Geek Devotions. We're the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they're loved. Even if nobody else has or will. You're loved. Yeah, this was a weird episode. I was a bit in my emotions today, honestly, while recording this. And I am super, super thankful for those of you who have watched it all the way to the end. It's not the big, hip, rah-rah episode. But I want you guys to know that Celeste and I, the team here at Geek Devotions, we genuinely love you and care about you guys. If we can encourage you, pray with you, leave a comment, let us know. Reach out to us on the Discord or on the Facebook page. Look for Geek Devotions. Let us know how we can Love on you. Okay, guys? That being said, I do want to invite you guys, make sure you go to our website, geekdevotions.com, where you guys can find our latest episode of the Gundam Watch, where the guys and I talk about the banned episode of Mobile Suit Gundam. Check out the most recent episode we read allegedly. Later this week, we're going to have an episode of The Bottom Shelf. All kinds of great stuff coming out that is all designed to show compassion. And also, I want to give a very special thank you to all of our devoted Patreon geeks that are out there, because you guys make this happen. Thanks to you amazing devoted Patreon geeks, we're able to get Crunchyroll, so we can create devotions based off of it. We're able to have this equipment. We're able to host our website, our podcast. If you like this, help support us. Go to our website, geekdevotions.com, click the support page, and there you can give a one-time gift. You can become a patron, whatever it is. But know this, we love you guys. We appreciate you. We genuinely are thankful for your support. Also, I want to remind you guys, Celeste and I will be at GeekCon this August here in Shreveport, Louisiana. And if you guys are in the area, you're going to be at the con, come by the booth. Say hi. We love to see your cosplays. We love to talk with you and show compassion and just love on you for a minute. Because, again, that's the point. We like to be a safe place for people. And if we can do that for you this year at GeekCon, let us know, okay? Until next time, stay devoted. Peace and love.